Sophia. I'm 29 years old and I live in Tel Aviv, Israel. I live here with my boyfriend Alec in this tiny apartment and with the random cockroach that somehow is able to go through all of our defenses that were professionally put up by our brave extinguisher months ago. But don't worry, knock on wood, this is a rare occasion. It's a Friday, and on this day I'm usually baking a challah, clean and organize around the house, and basically getting it ready for Shabbat, Saturday. I thought while I'm doing all this mixing, I'll explain to you more about this challah. Challah is a traditional Jewish bread which is usually blessed and eaten on Friday dinner. It's not that hard of a recipe, but it does take time. You're joining me here for the first out of 3 stages. I already put all ingredients in a bowl, and now it only needs mixing. You can totally do it with a mixer, but since our apartment is so small, we don't really have space for it. And besides, it feels much more traditional and fun to do it with the hands. After this stage is done, we need to wait between 1 hour to 2, sometimes 4, depending on how cold it is in the room, for the yeast to do its magic and the dough to rise. Then comes the fun stuff, braiding. Here we shape the dough to the fun shape and sizes we want it to have at the end. It can be as creative as you want here, and there are many ways of braiding and many looks the challah can take upon herself. Second stage is done and another hour of waiting in front of us for more growing. In the third stage, I'll be decorating the challah, and this is also a time where you can be super creative. Alec has already put apples, cinnamon, garlic, chocolate chips, and if it was up to him, many other things on top of it. But let's not jump too far ahead of ourselves. For now, let's just finish mixing the challah and move on to some cleaning and organizing around the house. Well, I don't know if you remember how she looked at the beginning or if you get a good peek, but so far, look at her doing the growth. I don't know if it focuses, whatever. Just soaking in the sun, enjoying her life until she'll be eaten. Don't tell her. Back in the kitchen. Forever crooked. So I actually had a bouquet of flowers that kind of died, and what's left is the leaves that I really like. I think I can try and do something out of them to see if I can make something nice out of them and still present them on the table. This challah takes a long time, and truthfully, this tiny apartment can get messy way too fast. I guess it's because it's much more noticeable when you don't have a lot to look at. I think I sound like I'm complaining, this tiny apartment and all that. Honestly, yes, it's small, but it's ours, with our character mixed into it more and more every day. And I love that and very thankful for that. If we go back to organizing for a moment, I think the thing that I love the most about it is the final look. The sudden space that opens up and the new air moving into that space that a second ago felt suffocating. And if I can open an actual window in the process, even better. Unfortunately, this colorful window in the video opens up to constructions, and that's not a fun view or too healthy of air, so it's mostly closed. Next is a couch, the most unnecessary point in the organization since we're messing it up again a second after, and yet the most satisfying to look at when organized. The bedroom was a different kind of mess. I wasn't feeling well for a few days, and those piles of disorganization everywhere has accumulated nicely. This is my mess. Only. And I take full responsibility. I think this IKEA dresser we bought for my underwear and other miscellaneous stuff is one of the best purchases we've made. The amount of stuff it holds is amazing, and the big space on top of it is a huge saver of mine since it holds all of my hair products, makeup, perfumes, and more stuff all around. I might do a little tour of it one day. For now, it definitely needs decluttering since it's such an easy space to leave stuff on. Got into this apartment, I had huge dreams of vintage furniture and realized pretty fast that this is way over our budget and amount of space we actually had. But I found these chairs that I fell in love with. Alec and I went on a quick mission in the darkness of a day to take ownership upon these chairs. Alec was hesitant. You see, those chairs were wobbly, no one can really sit on them, and we didn't really needed more chairs in an apartment with barely any tables. But my dream was strong, and I couldn't give that up, and also, we felt bad annoying this guy about these chairs too late at night with his kids fast asleep in the other room. So we took them, probably paying more money than we should have. Why am I telling you this super long story, you ask? Well, one of those chairs is a brave holder of all of my unorganized clothes. Because let's be honest, this is seriously the most important piece of furniture in every bedroom. And today is the day I relieve it from this burden, even if it's just for a few hours. So, challah is double the size and ready to be braided. Clean my hands and let's start. Approximately an hour since I last looked at the challah, at the bread. and it looks crazy right now. It doubled the size. It looks like a She-Hulk. She's great. She's doing good. But this is the moment where we put some eggs, sesame, salt on it, and then put it in the oven. This is literally the last step, and I love that. So here she is. Pretty, beautiful, majestic. We're gonna cover it all up and put it in the oven. Before we start doing all of that, now that we're saying the oven, let's turn it around. This is an old oven from like 50 years ago or so. I don't know. So it doesn't really matter where we're directing it. It does the same. Okay, so now that the challah is in the oven, it's supposed to be 30 minutes in the oven, but my oven is very old and not very reliable, so what I'm gonna do is put 20 minutes on my watch, and then just check her out and see if she needs more time or she needs less time. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. In the winter it takes much longer, and in the summer it takes like that amount of time, like maybe I think 3 hours and it's ready. It's pretty easy. The only problem is the waiting, which is fine. I have showered, I'm ready to go. I think I'm gonna hang up some more laundry. I'm so boring, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm hanging laundry all day today. We usually have like one day where it's a lot of hanging laundry, but other than that it's fine. For us it's hanging, but I know that for a lot of people they have dryers or drying machines or whatever you call it for the laundry, so pretty jealous. Tell me, what do you prefer? I've heard this is better for the environment, but I'm pretty sure having a dryer is so much easier, especially when you have such like a tiny apartment like we have. We don't really have the space for hanging laundry, but it is what it is. Yeah, tell me, what do you have? What do you prefer? What's better for you? So I've got another 4 minutes until the challah would be ready, and until then I'll just like give you a little explanation of what's going on here. Basically, I've been neglecting myself a little bit since university, and I didn't really bought myself lots of clothes, but these are actually clothes that are new and I like them very much. You might be seeing me in this shirt for like another 3,000 times. This one is from American Eagle, and the pants are from H&M. Those are like wide leg. It's really comfortable for me because I have gained weight in the past year because of a reason that I'm trying to take care of right now. I think there's a lot more for me to catch up on clothes wise. When I was younger, I was much more in fashion. I was wearing all the best things. I was so fit. I did everything that's needed. I had a straight hair, by the way, so everything has changed now. I'm learning to accept it. I'm learning to try to get myself in a better condition real slowly. It's kind of hard with everything that's going on, but yeah, this is it. Okay, it's 1 more minute. Should we be naughty and look at it? Yes. Oh my god, look at them. They're so pretty. Aww. So, I took out the challah from the oven, and I think it needs like a 5 minute or so time to cool down so that at least I can touch it and put it in a nice bag and take it with me. But until then, I felt like I started talking about something and I didn't really say everything I need, and I really want to talk about it because I think that's gonna be a big part of this whole channel thing. I really wish that this channel would help me and maybe others be more motivated to do more stuff that I want to do, to get better at things, to go back to things that I did and I don't do anymore for numerous reasons, and maybe have fun out of all of this thing, and maybe have some kind of a place where I can maybe at some point look back and be like, oh, that was so fun. I did gain a lot of weight in the last year. I went on a pill without stopping, which means take the pill month after month without getting my period. I took it for a whole year, recommended by the doctor, not by my decision, and I actually gained weight with not stopping. So before I did that, I was on the pill and I took it monthly, had my period monthly, just a normal way everyone who's taking the pill is doing. And what happened was the weight has fluctuated. When I gained, I lost. It was more of a balanced thing, and sometimes I gained and I knew I ate more, so it made sense, and sometimes I lost when I worked out more. I also have been a student for 4 years before taking this pill for a year, and so I barely did anything. I was kind of depressed, I think, during that time, and I did not work out as much. I stayed in my room most of the time. I was very non-mobile, stayed at my desk and tried to study. I still didn't gain as much in a weight as I do now. So my only assumption is the reason I gained weight, I gained around, I think, 15 kilos since I started to take the pill, and I did weigh myself along the way, and I have never seen it go down, even in 2 kilograms. It never has moved downwards. Every week that I checked myself around the same time, it always went up, and it still does. A lot of clothes that I had are not fitting me anymore, and they're just like staying there in my closet waiting for me to touch them, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna lose the weight, I'm gonna do it, blah blah blah. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, I had stopped the pill, the consistent pill taking, and I actually got my period. It was a disaster. I went to the hospital. It was a big thing, but what happened was the doctors decided to give me new pills to start, and I had the choice by my doctors to either stop every 3 months or stop every month, depending on what I prefer. I'm gonna try stopping every month, and hopefully the weight would not keep on growing with no stop. I am gonna try work out more. Unfortunately, I can't do it right now because after being in a hospital, you kind of need some time to maybe get yourself together, get yourself healthy again, and try again. So hopefully in a week or so, I'll be able, or even next week, I don't know, I'll be able to start over, to start getting into gym again and workouts again and eat maybe healthier. I do plan on putting more, I don't know if workout routines, but like showing more of these into this channel. I do plan on showing maybe cooking and baking and stuff that I make. By the way, it smells amazing. This is one of the best things of baking, is that it makes the house smells amazing. It makes the house smells like fresh bread, and that's all you want. So that's what that was. That I think I said everything I wanted. I hope this would encourage me and motivate me to do more and to get to where I want to be and to achieve my goals, and maybe hopefully at some point also wear the pants that I could wear a year or 2 years ago, because they're really nice. Believe me, I love my clothes. I'm gonna take with me this bag. Alec and everyone that basically saw this bag call it grandma bag, but which might be actually, because I got it from a thrift store in Chicago and I really like it. I think it's pretty nice. I like the simplicity of it, the class. Maybe it's not that classy, but that's what I think. So I'm gonna take that, have everything I need in here, and see you tomorrow.